Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our maths class, and hope all of you are keeping well. In last class, if you remember, in last class only, I started mathematical reasoning, and in mathematical reasoning, I think we discussed about the statement. Once again, I am going to discuss what is the statement, and few important things are there what I have to discuss, and all these in all these definitions I can say we are having separate exercises, and in exercise only that some statements are there. We have to write that what is the suppose that connective words, what is the that's the truth value of this one, what is the negation of this one. So these are the few different things what I have to discuss here. Now first thing I want to tell you that we will start that mathematical reasoning with that word of that statement. What is the statement, or I can say which type of sentences are called the statement. That is the first one. So a simple word is there, a simple definition I can say is there. A declarative sentence. What is the declarative sentence? A sentence which can declare either it is true or false. Such type of statements are called such type of sentences are called the statement. For examples, if I'll say that Rohit is black. So if Rohit is black, it is correct sentence for him, and if he is not black, so definitely it is wrong sentence for him. Some other examples I can say. I can say that Ram is very good in a mathematics. So if he is very good in a mathematics, so definitely it is the correct statement for him, correct sentence for him. And if he is not very good in a mathematics, so I can say it is wrong sentence for him. So such type of sentences which clear something, which declare something, whether that given sentences is correct or not, or what we said about that particular person is correct or not. Here we are declaring something. Such type of statements are sentences are called the statement. We have to discuss this one in the first exercise. And one more thing is there to discuss in the first exercise, that is the truth value. What is the truth value? Actually, T and F are two truth value with us, and we have to follow these two truth value. And how can we use it? Actually, if some statements, if one statement has given, and if it is correct, then the truth value of this statement will be T. And if this statement is wrong, then I can say truth value of this statement is F. Again, I'm just coming to the point. I'm having suppose that one statement. I said root 3 is an irrational number. Okay, root 3 is an irrational number. If it is correct statement, so truth value of this one will be T. And definitely root 3 is an irrational number. I can say this is the correct statement. So truth value for this statement will be T. At the same time, if I'll write 2 is odd prime number. Listen me what I said. 2 is odd prime number. I think 2 is not odd prime. 2 is a prime number, but it is not odd prime number. It is even prime number. So if it is written somewhere 2 is odd prime number, this statement is not correct. It is wrong. And if it is wrong, what can you say? The truth value of this statement is F. So what I am thinking in first exercise, there are few questions, and these questions are totally depend on these two definitions only. That is the first one, the statement, and second one, truth value. I am having some example for you. That question number 3 is there. It's written to write the truth value of this thing. That's the first one is written. There are only finite number of rational numbers. I'm asking to you people, are the rational numbers are finite? If we will start to write the rational number, we can easily write from a beginning to end. I don't think it is infinite. So this is wrong statement, and I can say that the truth value of this statement is F. One more example I can give you. It's written 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. Now, I'm asking to you people, 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. But I did not to think about that. 2 plus 2 is what? What has given? We have to think about that point only. It's given 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. I can say it is wrong statement. And if it is wrong statement, then truth value for this statement will be F. Okay, you are getting me. Then after another word is there, negation or negation. Sometimes pronunciation is negation and negation. What is the negation? Negation means that deny. We are not agree with that. Just opposite to this one. Not whatever is given, that's opposite to this one. Not deny. Suppose that I said ki Ram is good student in mathematics. So negation of this one will be Ram is not a good student in a mathematics. Okay, you are getting me what I want to say. Just we should write the opposite of this one. I said root 2 is prime number. So I can say root 2 is not a prime number. R2 is a prime number. I can say 2 is not a prime number. 5 is prime number. The negation of this is 5 is not a prime number. Root 2 is irrational number. I can say negation of this is root 2 is irrational number. I think previously I said root 2 is irrational number. So negation of this we can write either root 2 is not irrational number or I can say root 2 is rational number. Means whatever has given is opposite to this one. Contradiction of this one. Contradict. This is called the negation. And the second exercise is totally depend on this one only. Suppose that I am having one statement, it is represented by P. So negation of this statement will be represented by, suppose that statement is written as P. So negation of this one will be what? Minus P. And now I want to tell you, if P is true, the truth value of P is T. So truth value of negation of P will be what? F. Why I wrote like that? I said root 2 is an irrational number. Definitely that truth value of this one will be T because root 2 is an irrational number. Okay. Now at the same time, if I am writing negation of this one, so I should write root 2 is not irrational number. And root 2 is not an irrational number. This statement is totally wrong because it is irrational number. So if I wrote somewhere root 2 is not an irrational number, it means it is wrong statement and truth value of this statement will be F. Always you should keep in your mind. And if somewhere I am having the truth value of P is F, so definitely the truth value of negation of P will be T. That can be changed. Okay, you are getting me what I want to say. One statement is there, 2 is belonging to N. 2 belongs to N. Simply I would say 2 belongs to N. What is the negation of this one? 2 does not belong to N. Now, I am asking to you people, if it is the statement and definitely it is true also, so truth value of this one will be true and truth value of this one should be what? False. And both are negation of each other. Both are negation of each other. So here I can say that second exercise is totally depend on this one. And you may find there are few questions and all these questions are there and we have to write. I'm reading one first question. Write the negation of the following statements. And what are the statements? It's given there are 12 statements. In the first question, that first one is the number 17 is prime. The number 17 is prime. So negation of this one can be written as number 17 is not prime. Are you getting me? I wrote here second example or I can say second statement, root 5 is rational number. Root 5 is rational number. Negation of this one, what can I write? Root 5 is irrational number. Or I can say root 5 is not rational number. Both options are there in front of you. What I should say? The contradiction of the given statement is called the negation. And you know, again I am repeating, if somewhere it's written root 5 is a rational number, I know very well that root 5 is not rational number. So this statement is wrong. The truth value of this statement will be f. But when I write negation of this one, I write root 5 is not rational number, or we write root 5 is irrational number, and the truth value of this statement will be 2. Okay, you are getting me what I want to say. Truth value of this statement will be t. So in this way, we are having some question, and what we have to discuss here, and you can go through it, and if there is any problem, you're most welcome to discuss in the class. All these are the theory only. That's why last one is there. Question number 7. It's written, which of the following are the negation of the statement pi is not a rational number? Actually, 3 statement has given, and that one statement has given in the question कि pi is not rational number, and now out of these 3 it's written pi is rational number. Definitely it should be the negation of the first one. Pi is an irrational number, that also should be the, no, that should not be, because pi is not rational. It's meaning that pi is irrational. So if somewhere I am writing pi is irrational, I can't say it is the negation. Negation means what? Contradict. But if it is pi is not irrational number, pi is not irrational, it is also not, I can say, a negation. Only first one will be the negation. It's written pi is not rational number, and if it is written pi is rational number, I can say it is the negation of this one. Okay, you are getting. And pi is not irrational, it means what? Pi is rational, that should also be the negation. First and third will be the negation of the given statement, and second will not be the given of the statement. Now, for the third exercise, compound statement. Before compound statement, I would like to tell you what is the simple statement, then we'll come to the compound statement. If you remember when we will discuss sets, so in the, sorry, not sets, probability. In probability, we discuss about the events. We discuss about the events. And events, it was told you, if there is only one element in the given event, then it's called simple event. And if we are having more than one element in the given more than one element in the given amount, then it was called compound event. In the same way, if there is only one statement, then it is called the simple statement. And if there are more than one statement, or I can say if there is a statement which can be broken into 2 simple statements, such type of statements are called compound statement. Such type of statements are called compound statement. Like I'm talking in mathematics only. If one will, we will say 2 is prime number and 2 is an even number. I think both are correct here. 2 is prime number and 2 is an even number. So this statement can be broken in 2 parts. The first one is 2 is prime number, and second one is 2 is an even number. So here we are having 2 simple statement. One is there 2 is prime number, another one is 2 is an even number, and both are connected with the and. Now one more point I want to tell you that will come in the next exercise, that is connective words. Here and will be working as a connective words, connecting words. If 2 statements are connected with some words, maybe it is connected by or, maybe it is connected by if, maybe it is connected by and, too many other words are there. So these words are called the connecting words. Here I was discussing about the compound statement and simple statement, and it's very important for you to tell you. In exercise 3.3 only 2 questions are there, and in these 2 questions again we are having some part of this question, like find the compound statement of the following compound statements. Clearly mention that connecting words. That second one is written Chennai is in India and capital of Tamil Nadu. Chennai is in India and capital of Tamil Nadu. So there are two sentences, or I can say two simple statements. The first one is Chennai is in India, and the second one is Chennai is the capital of Tamil Nadu. And what is the connecting word here? And. Listen me carefully again what I want to say. This compound statement is there. Chennai is in India and it is capital of Tamil Nadu. I'm not just discussing whether it is true or what. That's we know very well that Chennai is in India. It is 100% true. But it is a statement. What I can say, Chennai is in India. This is the one statement. Chennai is the capital of Tamil Nadu. This is another statement. And both are connected with and. Both are connected with and. Over. So here and is connecting word. And two simple statement. One is Chennai is in India and one is Chennai is the capital of Tamil Nadu. That's all. So one more question is there, and we can discuss all this in now. I'm going to discuss about the logical connectives and quantifier. What is the connectives and what is the quantifier? That's I want to discuss with you. Actually, connectives, logical connectives are and are. If you are having two words and are, so and are both are called the logical connectives. Suppose that I am having P and Q. It can be written as P and Q. This is the connective. If I am having somewhere statement P R Q, I can write here P R Q. This one is showing the intersection and this one is showing the union. And now one more thing I want to tell you. What should be the truth value of the compound statement if they are connecting with and are? Two statements are there and they are connecting with and. So what should be the I can say truth value of their negation or truth value of this one? Suppose that I am having truth value of P and Q separately. Two statements are there, P and Q, and we are having the truth value of P and Q separately. So how to find the truth value of P and Q? Let me tell you with the help of one table. It is P, it is Q, and here I have P and Q. Listen to me. P is true, Q is true, then P and Q should be true. P and Q should be true. In the same way, P is true, Q is false. So P and Q should be false. P is false, Q is true. Then truth value of P and Q should be F. Now P and F, Q is F. So truth value of P and Q is F. In the same way, we can form one more table for R also. If I am having two separate statement P and Q, and here I am having P R Q. True, true, true. True, false, true. False, true, true. Both false, then only I can say that compound statement PRQ will be false if both false. Otherwise, if one of them is true, I can say PRQ will be true. That statement of this true statement of this one will be T. So these are the few things, and one more thing I want to just discuss with you people, since we have discussed that R and intersection means and. So at the same time we should discuss about the negation of the compound statement. That compound statement may be by the union, may be by the and. Means R and intersection. Suppose that I am having somewhere. This is the symbol of negation. T. It means what? Negation of T. R negation of Q. If I am having somewhere T R Q, it is negation of T and negation of Q. It is something like that, no? That in sets we discussed about the de Morgan's law. If you remember, we discussed that complement of A union B, A intersection B is complement of A union complement of B, and complement of A union B was written as complement of A intersection complement of B. So in the same way, here also we can write the truth value of these things. And last topic is there for today, that is the quantifier. What is the quantifier? If you remember, in a mathematics, especially in relation and function, we are using one symbol for every x belongs to R, then there exists. So that symbols, the first one is for every and second one is there exists. These are called the quantifier. These symbols are called the quantifier, and hope you have got all these things. That's I'm taking one example for you to discuss these things. Suppose that I'm having one statement P is the statement where it's written all living things have two legs. I think truth value of this one is false. And other one is there, it's written all living things have two eyes. All living things has two eyes. I think it is also false. So definitely that if I'll find P in and Q, so compound will be, again I can write it is false only. So these are the few things what I want to discuss. In this way we can complete 3.4 also. Too many questions are there. And the last topic is their amplification. Implication we'll discuss in the next class. And in next class only I'll start the revision of what I can say, a revision of limit also, because in your both offline classes, both class means 11th C and 11th A, in both class I have started already that revision of limit. So once again I'll discuss that revision of limit in online also, and what I'm thinking we'll have one more period to discuss all these things. Till then, please try to solve the question. Again I'm repeating myself that mathematical reasoning is not very important for the point of your examination, but we should know what is there. At least we should know. If someone will ask somewhere or somewhere we are getting, actually that it will be an important topic for the computer students. They already have learned in a computer also, so it can be helpful for them. So please go through it, and if there is any problem, you are most welcome in your offline classes. Thank you.